Our streak ends tonight after 164 weeks in a row. Our next guest will be the last for a while. Ellis Mbeh, most famously known for being the Undertaker Streak guy, whose face became an instant sensation when his look spoke for the millions of us around the world when the Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. Today, you can't see his face, but I'm sure he's in shock that our streak ends today. Ellis, man, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is a big deal.
It is. It's
164 episodes.
Oh man, I know it's gonna be like a load off my shoulders, but at the same time, I had to go out in style, and I needed you on the show tonight. So thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me be part of the ending of the streak.
There you go. I know you're in shock, but let's get right into it. Like I said, when I knew we were taking a break, I had to get you on. Just to be a part of it, because our streak's ending. You're the Undertaker Streak guy, so it works like that, right? So, but could you take us back maybe to that very night? Take us back to that moment. 1, 2, 3. The Undertaker loses his streak. What was going through your head? What happened? I mean, did you know the cameras are on you? Can you just take us back to that moment, or just everything around you? What happened?
Well, it was kind of weird. So I was rooting against Taker the whole time. Like the entire time.
I was too. I'll admit that. Yes, I was kind of happy for Brock to win it, but at the same time, I know what you mean. It was
right. So I've actually been rooting against Taker for like years. Because when you beat Triple H, like I hate you forever. So when he lost, I thought like, all right. So first of all, like cameras are ringside, so when you're sitting ringside. This is my first time sitting ringside for any event, and so I mean, the cameras are around, so you kind of, I don't know, like you make that big investment to sit there, and you don't really want to focus on the cameras right in front of you. You want to focus on what you paid to see.
Sure.
And I saved 2 years to go to this event, so I wanted to be fully mindful of what's happening in the ring. So when it happened. I didn't even know the cameras were on me. It's kind of weird. I was more focused on because it all looked weird. So when the referee hit the 3, he looked like he didn't know what was happening. He was like, "Oh, something's wrong," and like the whole time, his reaction, Paul's genuine reaction, like the way he reacted, I thought like something was off the script.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought I was a wizard because I was wishing it was me and this kid behind me. The only people I feel like in my section who was yelling, I hope you die, Taker, or keep dead man down throughout the whole match.
Yeah.
And then he loses, and so the screen went white. So when you all the screens around the Superdome went white for a second, and then you saw the 21-1. And it was just weird. The music didn't even start for Brock immediately.
Yeah.
It was all weird. So everyone was standing there like, "What's happening?" So like if you actually rewatch when Brock leaves the ring, you can see me laughing hysterically. Because I was so happy that someone beat the man who beat Triple H. I was done.
I took a selfie of myself with Brock's hand raised in the background because I was happy. Everybody at my house we were watching it was still in shock, but I was happy. It didn't really sink in for me at that moment too. But I mean, man, I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine being there just to look around, be there in time. Like if you go back in time, you got a time machine. Like call Doc and Marty. I want to go back to that moment of the Undertaker losing, just to look at everybody's face in that building. Like I mean, from your look to everybody's, I couldn't imagine. So it's. Could you hear a pin drop? Pretty much.
I mean, it was dead. It was silent. I'm not saying it was dead silent, but it was as silent as it could be for 70,000+ people in a stadium. But like it, so like you're sitting there, right, and you're watching a match. I'm not sure what everyone else is thinking. I think people were like, "This is BS" or whatever. I'm like, "Yo, you don't realize what just happened. Like, screw Rollins coming out like the year after and winning with the Money in the Bank." whatever. You just saw a Bruno Sammartino losing situation where he lost and the whole arena went silent. You just witnessed something on par with Hogan slamming Andre. Like, that was the level of importance of what we just witnessed. So, like, it didn't, if you think about it, I don't want to say there's no shocker, but there's no shocker that like, everyone, got quiet. Like, this was, you got upset, but everyone in that room, everyone in that stadium could say, oh, for that historic moment, I was there.
Yeah.
That was a, like, legit history book making match.
And so, did any match after that even matter? I mean, like, I couldn't imagine the next match starting and everybody's, like, all excited for it. I mean, I'm like, it was just lingering on everybody. That's such a big moment.
Again, it's kind of weird because in the kind of downfall, like, I've been to a lot of events, and I'll like sit like in the risers or like in the stands, and it's kind of weird when no one else is in front of you. So you kind of don't get sucked into that conversation that you typically would if you're sitting there live. So it just went on to the next match, and I was like, oh, Divas match. Oh, this is fun. I think that was next. But I think the Daniel Bryan thing saved it.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, he needed something to get the crowd to walk home happy, right? Something big.
Right. I mean, and either way, Taker winning or losing, I was talking to someone about this. Taker winning or losing didn't matter because, and people might hate me for saying this, but I still feel 30 was the best WrestleMania purely because of the Daniel Bryan story. The beginning and then the end. You had it all in one as story-wise to consume.
Yeah.
You had that beginning and the end. So no matter what happened in that Taker match, that whole WrestleMania was going to be great because of the Daniel Bryan story.
Definitely. Wow.
So either way, that saved. I mean, you can say it's saved, but it was the continuation of that story that we can just get sucked back into after Taker losing.
Sure. Now, fast forward. I mean, 2 years later, we saw what seems to be the last of the Undertaker. I mean, he left his hat, his gear in the ring, walked away at this year's WrestleMania. But I don't know. Do you think that's the last time we'll see him, or I don't know. Do you think he's kind of old school like that, where he left it in the ring like that, or do you think Vince is going to try to squeeze another match out of him or something? I mean, I don't know how you come back from that, right?
I don't think he's coming back. I hope he doesn't come back.
There's no need. I mean, right? Yeah.
Because like he has this hip issue.
Mm-hmm.
He has his knee issue. I think WrestleMania 32 was the last one I went to, and I got to, because I do a lot of powerlifting and weightlifting. So you tend to find other people do the same thing, and I found people who actually go to his gym, and they were telling me how he warms up and how he was warming up his knee because he has no cartilage in that knee.
Yeah.
So, do you know about rowing, like with a actual row machine?
Yeah. Yep.
Like for cardio.
Yep.
He did it for an hour before each session to warm up the knee. Wow. I can't do that for like 15 minutes. I'm done.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. So I'm like, you doing that for an hour so you can get your knee fluid in your knee so you can actually train, dude. That's a lot of love for a sport. And I'm like, yo, you give enough. You've given enough. So he should just, like, in my opinion, if your hip is hurt, which means you can't train anymore, and you're doing all that so you could train in the first place, he shouldn't.
Yeah. What'd you think about his last match too? I mean, there was a lot of ugly spots in it, and I don't really know whom to blame. But I mean, going out on that match too, I mean, it's kind of a shame, right? I don't know.
The ending saved it though.
Yeah, like, him walking away, kind of thing.
Yeah, so the mistakes that happened, right? Like, was it the powerbomb or was it the two? I forget what move. He just couldn't do it.
Yeah, he tried to pick it up. I think reverse tombstone or something, and he couldn't pick his leg back up, right? And then
yeah, and it was like, one, it kind of tells the story still too, right? Like, he can't do this anymore, and it goes along with that story of him wrapping it up.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think the ending, them getting the camera off of him and putting his stuff on, at the very end of that, you have Roman, the new pyrotechnic movie star, Because if you watch that clip back, it was like you watching the movie. Like, why? How did they set that background up to look that way? They're magicians over there, WWE. But then cut to Roman, show him being the new big dog and going to Taker, laying it down. It's all about storytelling, right?
Yep.
Like we watch these matches and it's telling the story, but what WWE does is tell it with more dialogue and more acting. And I think the end of that match is what stands. Forget the botches or whatever. It's him putting everything down, kissing his wife. That's now Mark. That's not Taker. And him going and sinking it back down, and it's over.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
But let's talk about this too. You actually met the Undertaker. Did he? I read a little bit of a story, but I'd like to maybe have you just mention it or talk about it. Tell us when you met him. Was it before WrestleMania? It was one of the meet and greets, or?
Well, so this is the second time I met him. The first time he didn't know. I mean, this was the access of WrestleMania 30. Mm-hmm. So I met him for the first time before the show. Didn't know that he was going to lose. No one knew he was going to lose. So WrestleMania 32, I bought another ticket to meet him, and I was standing in line, and people knew that I was there, and a security guard from the venue got the head of security for WWE, and he brought him over to me. And he was like, Taker's having a bad day. If you don't tell him you're you, I'm going to tell him that you're you. And I'm like, wait, hold on, what's happening here? So
it's all moving so fast. What's going on?
Right. I just want a picture again. That's all I want. Yeah. That's it. And so I had this plaque I got from the Access shop. The Superstore. And so I wanted him to sign it. So I go up to him. So by the time I get up there, he sees me. He already knows who I am. So he puts his hand out, shakes it real stern. He's like, I heard you've been waiting for me. I guess so. But man, I hope I have something to shock you with this year. Wow. And I was like, I started laughing. I was like, I hope you do. And when you have certain interactions with people, you can tell they're being genuine or it's an act. Mm-hmm. This was a genuine smile. This wasn't him staying in character or whatever. This was the guy that I heard his name is Mark, Mm-hmm. And he was just a nice guy. And so we had an interaction. He smiled big and I smiled big back. And he saw the plaque I got from the Superstore, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm talking to him, and Tim White's there, and the representative from WWE's also standing next to him. And I was like, hey, I was wondering if we can do this thing where you can be shocked and I can do your pose. And the whole time I'm trying to talk to him and explain this to him, he's looking at my plaque, like genuinely concerned, because this is like the worst. If you ever see this thing, you don't want to get. This is the worst thing to pick out to get signed. Like this, like the gloss from this is like extra super duper gloss. Yeah. Like there should be a sign saying, "Do not get this autographed by anyone." So, so Undertaker is like looking concerned, trying to figure out how to write on this thing. And then Tim White says, no. So the person representative, here's my request. And she's like, oh, he can't do that. And then Tim White says he can do whatever he wants. So as Taker's trying to like go hearing this back and forth, and then finally signing it, I'm telling you, the care he put into this is ridiculous. And it's still in the smudging. Yeah. But he was like, how about this? You do what you do, and I'll do what I want to do. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. So I get on one knee, do the Undertaker pose, and I can't. I'm looking at the camera. I can't. The whole everyone in the crowd in line still popped like no other. And I turned back to him again. The same smile I saw in the beginning came back out again, and I smiled back. Like that wasn't the character that I met the first time. Sure, who looked stern-faced. This guy. That was the guy, Mark, and he was just You could tell good people. He's a good person.
Nice.
He didn't have to do all that.
Definitely. It's a great story. I mean, I just love hearing about it, but has anything shocked you since WrestleMania that much? I don't know. I mean, there's some stuff I could probably bring up, but I mean, you personally, have you been shocked that big, or I don't know, ever since the Taker loss?
Shane coming back.
That was a good one.
That was unexpected. Ooh,
Let me drop this one to you. How about even just recently, Jinder Mahal becoming the WWE champion? I mean, did you ever think you were not shocked by it?
No, he had the brothers with him. Like they went to the investment of bring those guys up. This man has to win this title.
Yeah,
you brought him up, and plus, I'm a big fan of his.
It's amazing where he's come from, and it's like, it's like that inspirational story for any wrestler out there. Like, don't worry about what you're doing now, but look what you could do, if you put some work into it, kind of a thing. And I was shocked that they gave it to him so soon. I knew there was things happening here and there, but still, I mean, there was talk of it, like, oh, it's going to happen, but still, I was hesitant. I was really hesitant, and I don't know, I was not Undertaker shocked, but I was still a little bit shocked. I was like, wow. I didn't expect it,
Yeah, so I see these, I call it the shocked cam or the Mbeh cam,
there you go.
Yeah, because they not go to the crowd, but I can't, because I follow the story, and I've been watching this since I'm 33. Mm-hmm. I've been watching this since with my grandmother and my mom when I was 4 years old. So you kind of know the pace.
Yeah.
You don't know what's always going to happen, but it's paced correctly, so I'm not really too shocked anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, that happened. You would never thought leading up to that match that Taker was going to lose.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's like Samoa Joe lost or Shinsuke Nakamura lost. I'm like, dude, they're wrestlers. They're just people. I mean, I don't want to put them down. I'm meeting Shinsuke Nakamura this Saturday. I'm meeting him at AwesomeCon, but he's a wrestler. He's not like an icon who doesn't lose at Extreme Rules or whatever the show, a random show that's not a marquee Big Four.
Yep.
It's just another thing, another night, another loss. So when Bayley lost, everyone was shocked. I was laughing. Look at you, Bayley people saying that she lost to Asuka.
Yeah.
I was laughing in the crowd at everyone. Look at you people rooting for Bayley. These things that happen.
Man.
So, yeah.
Well, it's a great story, but can you tell us, how has your life changed? I mean, just from that moment, what happened, little things here and there that was basically just for sticking the camera on your face at that moment. What were some of the things that just automatically changed, the next day or next night or the next few minutes of your life?
So when that thing happened, a guy in the second row tapped my shoulder and said, "Hey, you're a meme." I didn't think about it too much because I'm watching wrestling. Yeah. Again, the package I bought was not inexpensive, so it was an investment to go to WrestleMania. So I was focused on what I was watching.
Sure, yeah.
But as I walked out, people were grabbing me. "Hey, let's get a picture together. You're that guy." What are y'all talking about? And then the next day, this lady in the street in New Orleans was like, "Hey, aren't you that guy on World Star?" And I ran away. I literally ran away. People, there's some guys I know, and they saw me, and I just ran. I crossed traffic and just ran. And it was cool. I got attention. It was cool to see that it was picked up. It was kind of messed up to watch how people who weren't aware of the importance of what we were watching kind of manipulate the thought of why I was shocked.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, it started I was graduating college. I went back to school, got my degree. Mm-hmm. So I graduated college the next month. So I walked, had my degree, my degree in marketing. Mm-hmm. This led to, and I guess my last month I had a keynote paper. And that's right, keystone paper, and I wrote about being viral or going viral and the concepts around that. Mm-hmm. And this led to me eventually getting an internship at an agency for a year and 6 months or whatever, year and a half, and like doing a lot of stuff with different entities like entertainment companies, corporate companies, and CPG. And then eventually it got me into the job I'm at now, where I'm a social media strategist.
Awesome.
And
Wow.
I just sit back and I get how social works now through the experience I got. And I think the event that happened at WrestleMania 30 helped spark that thought around pursuing this. Because a lot of people, when they go viral, quote unquote, they're like, "Well, I'm famous." No, you are not. Sit down. You are not famous. You are unless your bank account is famous. You ain't famous. You're just a person who got caught and everyone's using your picture.
Yep.
It's so my reality is that, again, I'm in my 30s. This happened at WrestleMania 30. I was 30 years old. I don't have time to play games. This is my hustle time. And it was like, if I want to understand how this works and figure out there's a business behind this that I can try to understand and figure out. So my strategies don't involve being shocking or finding memes or whatever. It's more of, I literally, through my experiences after that, because of this experience, have helped me understand how to utilize social media for different industries.
Nice. I mean, hey, who would have thought, right? All this stuff one day leads to the next, and so on and so forth. Wow.
Right. So again, you doing this many episodes nonstop, back to back, and I understand what that takes.
Yes. Nobody appreciates it. I know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, your viewers will love your content. They'll hear it and they'll appreciate it. But very few people actually understand the grind you have to go through to produce this many episodes and all the content you do. So I'm aware of it, and just letting you know that the streak is legitly amazing.
Wow, thank
for
you.
To go that long.
That's it, man. Like I said, who better to get than the Undertaker, the Streak guy, Ellis. Thank you so much, man. It's been great talking to you. I'm kind of sad, I'm probably not going to talk to somebody now for a few months or who knows when. But like I said, the streak comes to an end tonight. You, my friend, are the last guest consecutively for a while. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Where can the fans listening to you follow you on social media?
At ellismbeh.com, not .com, at Ellis Mbeh. It's ELLISMBEH. Hopefully it's somewhere in the description of this podcast. But I'm always on Twitter. I'm approachable. Say hi to me. I'll be at SummerSlam and NXT in Brooklyn. So say hi.
Awesome, man. I'll be down there too. I'll probably see you then. But thanks again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.